I'm Michael Luzes. I am in a coffee shop here in Liberty Village. This is Arvo Coffee and Wine. I'm here with owner Justin. We're going to ask Justin some questions, and he's going to tell us all about this place. Justin, welcome to our segment here.
All right.
And tell us about yourself. Tell us about Arvo. Tell us about all of it.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me and being such a loyal supporter. Arvo was born in Liberty Village in November 2020. Crazy time to open up a cafe. We had chairs outside for the first day, and then we had to be a takeout bottle shop for the next 6 to 9 months. I can't remember, but yeah, we love coffee, we love wine. Most importantly, we love to connect with people. We share the ground floor with Universal Music Canada's new headquarters, so we see a lot of artists. It's a very creative space. We just love to have fun and serve up some tasty treats.
Awesome. So where did the idea come from? Like, why Arvo? Is this your only location? I know you guys do have one in Distillery. Do you have any others? What's
I mean, I moved to Australia to study music after doing my undergrad in my hometown, and I fell in love with coffee. Down under, Australia has just a very vibrant food and beverage culture, and I got to work in some cool cafes, and I knew then and there I wanted to open up my own place one day. No idea how or when. All I knew is we were moving to Toronto, my wife and I really cut my teeth here and got to open up a store downtown and run it for a few years. I met Ed, who was a regular there. We became really good friends. Now we're business partners. And yeah, Arvo was born in 2016 at our distillery location, which has been an incredible home for us. And we're going to be there for another long time. We just re-upped the lease there, and distillery's doubling in size. If you didn't know, they're adding a French college from my hometown, a new theater, and yeah, it's nice to be east and west now of the city.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it covers both bases, obviously, so people can get you guys on either side. So when you guys started this, what was, obviously the coffee was the goal. This is a pretty big space. You guys do wine, you guys do coffee. Can you talk about the evolution of Arvo from the distillery location to here?
Yeah, I think what I loved about Australian coffee culture is there are no franchises, or very few of them. Nothing was cookie cutter. Everything was very intentional in its space. In Arvo, we wanted to have the same attitude. So distillery was simple, small. It was just a cafe. We added food, we added a patio as we organically grew. When we met with Universal, they wanted us to be a licensed space. Ed's a big nerd on wine, so he got really excited about that. And since then, he's become a somm and tastes every bottle we put on the shelf, so he's proud of it and happy to serve it. And that's kind of been a nice thing about just growing into things, but also knowing our lane. So that's kind of how it really came about.
Awesome. And talk to me about the coffee. So you guys have a big passion for coffee. I also have a big passion for coffee.
Yeah.
That's why we drive so well. Tell me about the coffee, where you get it from, what you use, all that stuff about coffee.
For sure. I'm happy to say we've had a relationship with Phil and Sebastian since day one at Arvo. They're based out of Calgary. They have an incredible relationship. They deal directly with farmers. I had a chance in 2018 to go to a farm in Costa Rica that Sebastian sources from. So that relationship component is there for us. We love to see, at the farm, and just the quality's there. But we also love to change it up. And coffee is a seasonal fruit, just like buying peaches, Ontario peaches in season, like we just are having right now. Coffee is the same thing. So we do have relationships with roasters. We always love to have an Aussie roaster in the house. We keep it rotating because we're curious. We always try different things. And the same thing with Phil and Sebastian. They always have small lots that are changing and moving. Coffee's a science, really. So paying attention to every little detail in season, and then brewing it meticulously is really what our focus is here.
Awesome. And so let's flip over from coffee, which obviously is amazing, to the wine aspect of it. And I know Ed is the in-house sommelier. He's one of the owners with you and one of your best friends, as you mentioned. talk to us about wine and how that's evolved here, because the wine collection is awesome here as well.
Yeah, I think wine, whether you're talking about old world, new world, our focus really is on getting a good bottle at a great value. Ed is probably one of the most frugal people I know. So you don't need to blow the bank to get an amazing bottle of wine. None of our bottles here are available at the LCBO, so we focus on smaller producers, very select. So we deal with wine agencies, and that's one of the great things that I've seen come from the pandemic are just the emergence of bottle shops. Seeing your favorite, restaurants, small businesses offer wines that were not accessible prior. So that's really what we focus on. So we have some organic, some natural, some funky, and then we just have some classics. I think a good bottle of wine is best enjoyed amongst friends around a tasty meal. And so us having a short dialogue with a potential regular, like, hey, what's the setting you have for this evening, and then making a recommendation, hopefully that they love.
Yeah, and come back and get more.
That's hopefully the goal, right?
So a couple things that I've done with Arvo is a virtual wine tasting, which is amazing. Came and picked up the stuff from the shop and then took it home, and that was really cool. The other thing I've done with you guys is a in-person wine tasting. Can you tell us about the events that you guys can do in this space and that kind of offering that you have here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the virtual classes were pandemic driven, and we just wanted to so deeply connect with people that doing it virtually was the answer. Of course, as things have changed and everything's opened up, in person is best, and every event can be really adaptive and creative. So yeah, whether it's wine pairings or having just a bunch of different Pinots side by side, I think it creates an experience. Or whether it's taking a small group to the LCBO, teaching them kind of tips on how to shop and then taste together. That was a really fun thing we did. It was called Field Trip.
Very cool.
So we like to change it up. We don't like to do the same style of class every week, just because I think our goal is always to connect with people. And so it's almost like, hey, what do you want to learn? And let's see if we could do it.
Very cool. That's an awesome concept. Definitely something that you don't see every day. So love it. Tell us about what you guys do in the day, what you do at night, because I know it's one venue, but you have two separate offerings.
Yeah, for sure. So actually, just yesterday we launched our after hours program, and yes, like Michael's saying, we do brunch every day, and really we're in a destination here that has a lot of office density. So the after hours program came from a place of wanting coworkers to come enjoy drinks after work. We've been apart for so long, so having some tasty wines, some tapas style menu that goes well with wine. We also have some really good beers, and we're designing a new cocktail offering as well. And you can of course still come have your favorite Aussie magic in the evening as well. So it's just fun that way.
That's awesome. Last question, tell me something about yourself that maybe people don't really know, or what can they learn about you?
Yeah, so I guess a funny fact was that I couldn't speak fluent English until I was about 14. So I often got teased. I was raised in a French home, did all my schooling. In fact, when I did uni, I did all my music classes in English. That's the only language they were offered. All my electives were in French. So that's fun fact of the day.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
I love this place. I come here often. This is one of my go-to coffee shops in the entire city, and I try to make sure that I'm here to support these guys and enjoy their wine as well. So hope everyone else can enjoy it too.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.